Good
Hi.
afternoon or evening or morning, Grizzlies. It's so nice to have you here. Today, we welcome a very special guest, someone I've actually tried to get hold of, and I'm so glad to be in touch with you. Welcome to the show. Introduce yourself if you can.
Yes, I'm Diane Brookes, and I'm Crystal Turner Beck's cousin.
Okay, so we can say Crystal Turner Beck, because for a while I've said Crystal Turner, then Crystal
It
Beck, but
doesn't
Crystal
really
Turner Beck.
matter.
Okay,
Yes.
great, great, great. So it's so nice to have you on the show. And of course, our intention is to raise awareness for Crystal and Kylan's case.
Yes. We need attention on their case as much as we
Ab-
can get.
yes, absolutely. So, of course, we've seen Jason Jensen quite a bit on social media and on YouTube interviews and things. But have you done any interviews before this?
I have with Speaking of Crime,
Oh, yes. Okay. Okay.
and then I did one with uh, Great American Dream Chaser on YouTube. His name's Anthony.
Yes. Okay, that one I saw because I was trying to look for
Yes,
you and find you. And do you
yes.
also call it Kylan and Crystal's case, or do you guys prefer it to be Crystal and Kylan's case? Just
It does not matter. I think
okay.
everybody's used to saying Kylan and Crystal. I
Yes.
think it's easier to say Kylan first than Crystal first.
Okay, yes, and I've seen the hashtag justice for Kai Cry. That's the that
Yes,
to use,
yes,
and then of course hashtag creep, which we'll explain. We'll get to in a moment because we're going to go through this little slideshow that you can maybe walk us through. You sent me a whole bunch of pictures, which I'm so grateful for because it makes it a lot easier, and some pictures that we've never seen before in the media. So thank you so much for
yes,
that as well.
yes.
Okay, so let me take my face off for a second and let's go through the slide. So on the left hand side, who is that?
That is Beverly. She is my aunt, Crystal's mother.
Okay. And how is Beverly doing? Is she okay?
She's doing well. She's doing better.
Okay, great. Because this is absolutely devastating for her, I'm
Yes,
sure, and for your whole family. I mean, we all feel
yes,
for you here. We are called the Grizzlies, by the way. It's Grizzly True Crime. So this community is called the Grizzlies, and we
yes.
absolutely, fully, and passionately support Kylan and Crystal. And we've been
Thank
trying to
you.
shine a light on their case for I mean, literally since we learned about the case. I've
Yes,
made quite a few episodes. We've done some map time. Thank you for sending the map screenshots as well. We're going to go through that just now as well.
yes,
Hello,
ma'am.
Claire. Hello, Rochelle. Hello, everyone who's here. Thank you for rolling in. So I'm going to just play this. And on the right hand side is you, right? That's Diane. That's Beverly and Diane. So you guys now
Yes,
can see pictures you might not have seen before. So here's the next slide. This is obviously pictures of Crystal when she was
that
younger.
yes, when she was much younger. That's her with their little puppy. And then that's her on the top. Those are her two brothers that were more my age when she was a little girl. And
Oh,
then
she's so
she
cute.
is there with her baby, her first child. And then that's her down below, very young.
Okay.
I think she was probably 17 or 18 in those
Yeah.
pictures.
Okay. Okay. So on the in all these pictures, she's around seven. Well, obviously not the baby picture. In all the other
Yes.
pictures, she's around 17 to 18.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that puppy is so cute. Is that a cocker spaniel? What do we call those?
I
Oh no,
don't
the
know.
hair.
I
The
don't
hair
know
is so
what that
cute.
puppy is. I never met that puppy.
That puppy is so cute. Oh my word! And I love her
Yes.
baby picture. She looks so adorable. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
she was. She used to be in pageants all the time. She was
Wow.
always dressed up, always.
Wow. We would love to learn as much about her as possible. So feel free to share
Yes.
as much as possible. We want to learn about her. And of course, we want to keep on shining a light on the case because we want answers and we
Yes.
want people to come forward. So I've put it on the banner at the bottom there. If anyone was in the area, you want between the 10th and the 18th of August, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, anyone
Yes,
with
ma'am.
drone footage, dash cam footage, video footage, selfies they took with people in the background
Yes.
in the Moab
Anything.
area, and especially that map time, which I think the Grizzlies are quite familiar with, but we will show you some screenshots of the map time in the
Yes.
slide. But that would
Yes.
be amazing. If you guys have anything, if you travel to the area or know anything, please do contact the authorities. Let me
Yes.
put the number on there as well, which
Thank
is
you.
this one, the Grand County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, ma'am.
435-259-8115. I will also share the email address. It's and there's FBI. It's a 1-800-call FBI, and we've got Jenson's number. So we'll put that up in a moment. But let's just go through the slide. So on the left is, of course, Beverly with
Beverly
Crystal.
and Crystal. I think
Oh, so
that
sweet.
was one of the last times they saw each other before the
Wow.
wedding.
Oh, wow. And were they like on a walk here, or what were they doing?
I don't know what they were doing that day. I think they were just goofing off and took a bunch of pictures.
Oh,
And
wow.
that was Crystal and Kylan on the right.
Yes.
It's one of my
Oh,
favorite
man.
pictures.
Okay, great. So it was a good choice. I like this picture as well. It's really nice.
Yes.
It just shows like a lot of their character and just how they were,
Yes.
so charismatic and silly and sweet. And wow, what a terrible,
Made for
what
each
a,
other.
yes, absolutely. Okay, so here we've got some more pictures, and I'm
And
glad
that's,
that you put that emoji over the kids because I know that's very
yes.
important on YouTube as well. Thank you for doing that.
Yes. Yes. That is Crystal when she was expecting her first child. And then the one next to it is Crystal's first husband. Well, her only husband.
Yes.
And then their baby. And that
Okay.
was 15, over 15 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
And is there any, I have to ask it just because I've seen a whole bunch of speculation. Is there any suspicion? I doubt it because Kylan said there's a creepy man, or Kylan and Crystal said, so this would not be the creepy man, right? Is there
Oh,
any red
no.
flag? Nothing,
No,
right? Okay.
definitely not. He is a wonderful man.
Right. He looks wonderful. And we put that
He
to rest,
is.
guys. No conspiracies, no theories about
Yes.
any former husband. Okay.
Yes. And
Here's some
that's
more.
Crystal on her wedding day
Oh,
when she married him. And that's Crystal with their son. And that's Crystal underneath with her son.
yes. Oh, shame. She looks so sweet on the left. How old is she there?
They were married when she was 18, so she's 18
Okay.
years old in that picture. She's
Oh
just
my word.
tiny.
Yeah, she's
She's
so petite and so
she
beautiful, and
always,
she was wow.
yeah, just a little
And
bitty thing.
yeah, and I like the tie-dye shirt she's got on the right-hand side there with her
Yes.
son.
I wouldn't
So
doubt her
sweet.
husband didn't make that because he does that a little bit.
Wow,
So,
does he still do that a bit? I know
yes,
there's actually
yes,
a
he
trend of
does.
that now. Yeah.
Yes, he does still do that.
Wow, that is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to continue here with the slide. Let's see what we've got next. So this picture on the left, what is that? Because I was interested in that. Is that is of the campsite, right?
That is of their campsite, and that's a picture that Cindy Sue Hunter took the day that she found them. That's
Wow.
their car, and she took it so and posted it so that if people could remember having driven by that location, that it might stand out to them. But
Okay,
that's
so if
it.
anyone sees this and you remember anything, if you were there, yep, that's your
Yes,
trigger. Call the authorities. Because if you have
yes,
any details, it doesn't matter what it is, how small, details
yes,
help.
yes. And then
Okay.
on the right, that shows they were right next to the Whispering Oaks Ranch, which is for wedding venues. And I don't know if they do other things there, but there was a wedding that weekend. And it kind of
Yeah.
shows you how close the girls' camp was to that ranch.
Yes.
And they were there. The ranch had a wedding that weekend. So the wedding party was there for 2 days.
Wow. Okay. And they were around 100 guests, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And did they get questioned? Because I know that gets asked a lot, even with Kylan's dad and Jason, the PI. Did those guests get questioned?
Well, Uh, we were told that they were, but we don't know. That's
Hmm.
that's just what we were told.
Wow. Interesting. Because, of course, that would be
Yes,
crucial, especially if anyone heard gunshots or anyone saw anyone funny. Oh, my
definitely. And if
goodness.
anyone was at that Whispering Oaks Ranch that weekend at that wedding and saw anything, please reach out.
Yes. And also, just to tell the Grizzlies, I can see some of you have questions. We will get to them at the end of the slide. So just hang in there. Thank you so much for being there. We really appreciate it. So, about 100 guests, we believe they were questioned, but also, did they camp there from the 12th already? Were they already set up camp there on the 12th?
Yes.
Okay. And were they set up there at all on the 11th or just from the 12th?
No, they were. I believe I believe they were there since the 9th.
Okay. I'm writing it down just so that I know as well. They were there kind of setting up camp from the 9th, and they went back and forth because they were still working, I believe, until the
Yes,
12th.
that's pretty much where they lived. They
Okay.
lived there and then would go into town every day for work and then come back home. They were trying to
Okay.
save up money and pay some debt off and move back to Hot Springs where Crystal was from.
Oh, yes. Okay. They
And
were
then
going
he
to
moved
set
there.
up house there. I think you
Yes,
showed me a
ma'am.
picture. I hope that I
Yes.
have that in the slide. I can't remember putting that picture in, but I know you were showing a picture of the house where they wanted to just settle down
Yes.
eventually. But for now, they were living kind
The
of
van life.
camping. Yeah, in
Yes.
the van life. Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. So here's LaSalle Loop Road. And wow, look at Whispering Oaks and look at the campsite, guys. You can see it on the left-hand side there. Very close.
Yes. Very close.
Wow. And where this, let me just put myself on screen for a second. Where this, let me move myself as well. Hold on one second, like this. And then we're going to put this hand. Okay. So they were
Yes.
close to this, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. They were
That's
camping
like
right here.
yeah. Those two
Wow.
trees right there. They were camping right there where those two trees are by your head.
Wow. Okay. So somewhere between these two trees. And were they both found? I know this is a very difficult question, and I have a lot of empathy. I don't like to ask graphic questions, but were they found relatively close to each other?
Uh, Maybe about 50 yards apart.
Okay.
They were
Okay.
in that creek that's going across there. That's where
Yes.
they found them.
In like this creek over here, like this.
Yes, it's a
Okay.
little cattle it's something for cattle. It's just like a little creek, not very big at all.
Yeah, I heard it was only like, I don't know, 2 feet wide or something. Really not
Yes.
like a wide creek. It's just a tiny little creek. So that is so sad. My goodness.
Yes.
Let me put myself off
Yes.
here for a second. Hi to the dogs. We love it when animals join the show
Yes, my
too. They're
dogs.
welcome.
My husband just came home and they're saying hello.
Yes, hello, hubby, and hello to the dogs.
Yes.
They are always welcome.
Yes.
So
And
here
their
you sent this
camp,
picture.
yes, their camp was right next to that cabin. So whoever
Hmm.
stayed in that cabin had to have heard something.
Wow. Okay. Cedar Bend Cabin,
Yes.
8105 South Loop Road. Okay. So whoever stayed
Yes.
there at that cabin, please, if you stayed there between even the 9th and the 18th, if you know anything, you got to come forward. That's what the point of doing these episodes is, for
Yes.
awareness.
Yes.
Just in case someone even came from, I don't know, across the world. I mean, I'm in the Netherlands. What if someone visited there from Europe and then went back to Europe and they're like, oh, well, if they see
Yes.
this and they're like, wait a minute, I was there at that time. That's what we're looking
Yes.
for.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Okay. So, and let's keep going with the slide. So this says it has been stated that the creeper had been walking around the campsite on August 12th. Wow. They were at Woody's Tavern on the 13th with their friends. They were seen leaving with their friends to go to a party between 11 p.m. and midnight. There currently is a $20,000 reward for any information. And then the contact numbers are there, which I've got scrolling at the bottom as well. I'll put the email on as well now so that you can see it a little bit bigger. And then Jensen is the private investigator that you can contact too. Just find
Yes.
our killer. Oh, my word, absolutely. We want justice for them, 100%.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, my word. So this creeper, do you have any suspicion that it could be, and you know the question already, could it be Brian Laundrie?
Um, well, I don't think so, but I wouldn't doubt that they didn't run across one another, not knowing who each other was. Um,
Yes.
I think the girls did see a guy punch a girl in the face outside of the Moonflower, but we don't know who it was. So
Yes.
that was confirmed.
Wow. Yeah, I saw the other day Jensen said that they actually observed, yeah, a guy punching a girl outside of the Moonflower
Yes,
Co-op. So that is wow.
yes,
Um
and until Jason finds out where Brian was the a few more days after that, he really didn't want to rule him out, but we don't think it was Brian.
Okay. I think there's quite a few there's quite a few of us in this community that are like, it could be. It's like a little
Oh,
bit of
definitely.
50-50 just because he was so strange and it was on the 12th and he was in that area
Yes.
and it's just like, my goodness. But yeah, I mean, it could have been. Do you think it could be, what's that other guy's name? Jason Colt? Do you think it could be him?
Uh, yes,
Yeah.
if he didn't have an alibi for that evening, but
Hmm.
uh, I think they're still confirming the alibi.
Yes.
So I think he's
Okay.
still on the list.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, because he was, I mean, he escaped correctional and mental facility, guys. So
Yeah.
who knows? And he was,
Three women helped him escape. So if he could
yes.
convince them to do that, I'm sure he could convince others to do things also.
Yes, that is
That's
so
my two
true.
cents.
That's true. He had very good, high manipulation skills.
Yes.
My goodness. Lieutenant Peter Pranzo says, sorry for your loss, ladies, and prayers. So he's a former lieutenant from the NYPD.
Thank you so much.
He's always here, and his wife Rochelle is also here. And hello to everyone else who is here as well. So this is justice for Kylan and Crystal. Now you've got this word creep, right? Call, report every evil person. I love that. I love that because
Yes,
if you
that
see something, you got a red flag and a gut instinct, rather call in, right?
yes, yes. And Crystal's husband, Andrew, and their son thought that idea up. And then one of the people in the Kai Cry Warrior group made up the poster. So we're going to see how it does.
Wow. Yeah, that is amazing. So it says, our hope is to bring attention to the word creep, Kylan and Crystal. So you guys could use hashtag creep. I mean, follow us on Twitter as well. Hashtag creep. Kylan and Crystal said a creepy guy camped close to their camp, howling and walking into their campsite. The girls were found murdered on August 18th. Hopes are that we bring attention to this situation so other families do not get stuck without answers. Hashtag creep could save lives or bring you answers in the future. Document hashtag creep. So use it if you ever talk about this case or if you ever feel like, oh my word, red flag, hashtag creep. It stands
Yes,
for call, report every evil person. I really like that. I think it's better
yes,
to be safe than
yeah,
sorry.
definitely. And we don't want people to abuse it. Like if they see someone they just don't like, uh, to just kind of like make a prank call. We don't want people to do that, and we don't think people will. So we're counting on them to use it for what it's meant for.
Yes.
If you're fearful of your life at the moment, you need to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually really great. It's almost like a little, like putting out a red flag, even if it is on Twitter, like, oh my word, here I am, location, hashtag creep. That could really help.
Yes, yes,
Yeah. It's a little bit of a, of course, a non-verbal but yet typed out thing to signal a
yes,
little bit of distress. Yes, that is
yes.
great. I think that's really great. So there is the
I think
reward
so.
currently at $20,000 still?
Yes, ma'am. It still is.
Okay, $20,000 reward for info leading to an arrest. So you could use hashtag Kylan Schulter, hashtag Crystal Turner, hashtag Kylan and Crystal, hashtag Justice for Kai Cry in any of your posts. I do this quite often as well on Twitter. So if you guys just want to retweet what I tweet, that'll be great. And then the question is, were you in Moab, Utah, August 10th to August 18th, 2021? Photos,
Yes,
videos from LaSalle Loop Road needed to help identify a possible vehicle leaving the crime scene. Any information, and this is all going up on the scroll, the
yes.
banner below. And let's see what it says on there. Kylan and Crystal were found shot to death and left in the creek at their campground near Moab, Utah on August 18th, 2021. Oh my goodness. There is also a GoFundMe, right? That you have. Is that where the
Yes,
reward is
ma'am.
coming from?
No, no, no. The reward is we had one anonymous donor uh, offered $10,000. And then there's another gentleman who is, I believe, a loan officer in Moab, Utah, and he offered the other $10,000.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So that's separate to the GoFundMe. If you guys want to donate to the GoFundMe, I've put the link in the description box below. You sent it to me on email, so I believe it's through Facebook, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So I put that. I'm not on Facebook, so I wasn't able to access that, but I put the link there for you guys
Oh,
if you want
thank
to
you.
find it.
Okay.
Yes. Is that a separate one to the one that Kylan's dad has going?
Yes, ma'am. He's
Okay.
he's recently closed it. I think he closed it about 3 weeks ago. And
Oh, wow.
this one is to help pay for expenses of the investigation.
Yes.
Uh, Things that we really can't say, but that's
Yeah.
what it's going to be used for. And every time that there's money taken out of it, I'm sending updates through the GoFundMe website that tells you what expense it was for.
Okay.
So
Okay. That's
everybody knows
great.
where their money's going.
Yeah, it's so sad when people actually abuse GoFundMe and then it makes a red flag for everyone. But
It does.
99% of people is not a red flag. I mean, you really just want to get answers and justice for Kylan and Crystal.
Definitely. Definitely. And I've
Yes.
never, thank goodness, had to do a GoFundMe for anything. And so
Yes.
I didn't have any hesitation on starting this up. Uh, if you can
Yes.
give, we appreciate it.
Okay. Yes, that will be great, guys. So the link is in the description box. Soleil are speaking. Is Diane the cousin? So you are the cousin of Crystal, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I made I made a little doodle for myself. So you are wait, so Beverly is your aunt and Beverly
Yes.
is Crystal's mother.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great, great. Just in case, so you guys and most of you, if you don't know, I mean, you should know about this case by now, guys. There is a playlist as well for it, so go check it out if you don't yet. We've done map time. We've covered the case quite extensively, but yes, unfortunately, I mean, do you believe that they were murdered on the 13th? Is that it, or is it between the 13th and 18th?
Uh, I believe it was probably the middle of the night or the next day on the 14th.
Okay. Yes.
But
Okay. I see what you mean. Yeah.
I'm not law enforcement either. That's just
Yes.
my from what I've gathered.
Yes. Okay.
And,
I
and
understand.
also, if we could remind your viewers that, I mean, that's how they found Gabby Petito's body, was someone's dash cam.
Exactly. Exactly. Red, White, and Bethune. They were like, wait a
Yes,
minute. Actually, there's this girl missing, and we were driving through that area. And then they're like, let's go
exactly.
look back at our dash cam. And I mean, that really helped. So that's what you're
It's
looking for as well.
definitely just take a few minutes to look at your photos or whatever you have if you were in that area.
Yes.
It
I
could
mean, I
really
do
make a
believe
difference.
the thing is that Red, White, and Bethune were in the area on the 12th. That's the thing that
Yes, yes,
but they don't have footage of being up there, unfortunately,
yes,
right?
yes.
Oh, my word. Did were they asked for footage already?
I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know that that's a fact, but I wouldn't
Wow.
doubt it. I wouldn't doubt they didn't already check theirs.
Well, I
So,
would hope so. Yeah. Otherwise,
yes,
I better raise that awareness because I tracked their movements a little bit just when the Gabby case was unfolding. I'm like, where are they going? Just because I'm
yes,
like, when someone is like the hero in the media, I normally go there and just investigate in case, right? Let's see what's going on here. How did they
yes.
find this? How did they know it? And I actually found that on the 12th they were in Moab and their kids went to, I believe it was like a planetarium in Moab or something like that
I
on the
think
12th.
so. Yes,
Yes, so I would, yeah, I mean any footage they have could actually be quite useful just in case.
yes, yes.
My
And
goodness.
I mean, they didn't have to see when they look at their videos and things, that they don't have to see the actual act. If they see vehicles, just turn it in.
Yeah.
Anything.
Exactly. And is that blue vehicle that came driving past Cindy Sue, is that something of speculation? Because, oh man, I know, when the PI says, and kind of dad, like, she can't remember the make or how it exactly looked. That's me. That's my brain. I don't know if that's like a woman's brain, but I'm like, I know the color,
Yes.
but
Well,
everything else about it, I'm not sure. Yeah.
she was visibly upset, and they didn't stop, and she was out there in the middle of nowhere, and she's a little bitty thing, very petite. I mean, you would wonder why they didn't stop. Uh, Especially up there, people are more laid back. They're not afraid to stop and help someone.
Yes.
Anyway, she said that uh, the windows were tinted and that he had dark hair and that the car was blue. But
Okay.
I don't think anything has come of that.
Yeah, because that could have been, of course, just anyone passing through the area.
It
It could
could
have just
have.
been a random person, but that's again 50-50, which is so scary to think
Yes.
about. Oh
Yes.
my word. So here we've got all the hashtags you guys can use on social media. Hashtag Justice for Kai Cry, hashtag Crystal Turner, hashtag Kylan Schulte, hashtag Kylan and Crystal, and don't forget hashtag Creep, but don't abuse that one. Don't overuse it.
Yes.
It's just when you need it as a bit of a distress signal, that would be great to go around as well.
Definitely.
Wow. Okay. You guys, we're gonna get to your questions in a moment. Here's one. Do we have a picture of the girl's car? Here's one question here. Do we have pictures of the girl's car?
I didn't include it. It was a silverish blue Kia, is what they were. Oh, yes, that one picture of their camp has their car there.
Okay. That one that I have here, I'm just going to go back a second.
Right
There
there.
is a little bit blurry, but there it is.
Yes.
Do you know what brand of Kia this is? Like, as in what model?
No.
I'm not too sure.
I could look it up, but
it's okay. I've said it also before, guys. If you watch the playlist, I've said it before. I don't know if it was like a Sorrento, but I did list it
I
before.
think it was a Sorrento. I think it was.
It's ringing a bell.
If you went to the Remembering Kylan and Crystal Facebook page, you can go up to the top of that page and look at files and topics, and it has everything you need to read about their case. And I'm sure that the warrants and everything are on there, and it probably lists what kind of car that was, besides it being a Kia. I believe it was a Sorrento.
Yes, yeah, that's something. My brain is telling me it's a Sorrento, but we'll check that out as well. But yes, that is what they had. But mostly what we need here in this case is, of course, dash cam footage. And is there satellite imagery? Is that a thing? Is that a rumor, or is there actually satellite imagery? Because I think it was that channel that you might have been on that said that there could be satellite imagery that they have of the scene, but they can't release it to the public. Is that true?
There is satellite imagery that is looked at every day, and then it is sent to universities and people that specialize in it. If there's nothing found from the regular users that look at it, so they're looking at everything they can get their hands on. But I've not been told of anything having been found with a vehicle in it, but they haven't really let a lot of stuff out about the case either, because we don't want to mess up the prosecution by letting things get out that don't need to get out. So there could be, and
interesting.
Wait and see.
Yeah, and I mean, if you have satellite images and you actually kind of can see a sort of vehicle or something, and someone else has dash cam footage or photos, that would just like pair it perfectly, right? That would just be like, yes, that is what we need.
And if any of your viewers work with satellite images, have them call the sheriff's department or Mr. Jensen and talk with him. They're looking at different companies, and the more the merrier. So
okay, fantastic. So if anyone out there has any connections like that or can do that, that would be amazing as well.
Yes.
Here is a question. Have you talked to the guy that apparently heard several gunshots around 1 p.m. one of the days? I don't know which day, but I'm just going to put the question up there in case you know about this.
Yes, they have spoken with him. And I believe that Olivia from Chronicles of Olivia is going to have that on her next edition about Kai Cry, probably in a few weeks. But yes, they've already spoken with him and taken his statement.
Okay. So, and did you find it helpful in the case or not so much?
Well, I don't know what they think about it. I just know that he was spoken to.
Okay. And Rochelle Pronzo, who's Lieutenant Peter Pronzo's wife, says, it's so emotional to hear Crystal's cousin speak of this horrific tragedy. God bless her for her courage and continued loyal dedication to find out what happened to the couple.
Thank you.
Yes. And Kathleen Saleo 37 Facebook page. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing that. There is, go to that Facebook page. Thank you for sharing the link. And in my description box as well is the link to the GoFundMe via the Facebook page as well. So if you can help out there, I mean, the more the merrier. The more funds, the merrier, right? You need funding to help with solving the crime.
Yes, yes.
Is it still an active investigation with the police there? Are they still, like passionately looking into it, or
Yes,
has?
ma'am. They are.
Okay,
They've
okay,
uh, they've been very busy, and
okay, great.
they're already short staffed, so they've really been going above and beyond to help find out who did this.
Yes, I really hope they do. I mean, absolutely. I mean, it's already so terrible and such a tragedy, but to have no
Yes,
answers is even worse. So to have
it
closure and
is.
answers would just be really great.
But I'm telling
Um,
myself that no answers is good news because they're
no, no.
hopefully getting enough to prosecute the person and don't want to let it leak out. So that's
Oh,
what I'm
yes.
hoping for.
Okay, yes, I understand. Yeah. So really the goal with any media presentations that you do would be to try to put out feelers out there for more information that could help prosecute
Yes,
the person who's responsible for doing this. That would be
yes, yes.
great. My goodness. Mikey's Mammy says, I'm so glad the family's being a squeaky wheel. As you know, the squeaky wheel gets the oil,
Yes.
gets the grease. So we just keep on squeaking along, especially on this channel. We've
Yes.
got the stamina to keep the case in the spotlight, especially, man, when they're unsolved like this and there's no answers, it bugs us, all of us, the whole community.
Yes.
We're like, no, no, no. So you are welcome back on the show anytime, to give us
Thank you
more
so
information
much.
or updates. You, your family, anyone, Kylan's dad, the PI, whoever wants to talk, even if you all want to talk at once, you are welcome on the
Okay.
Grizzly Show anytime.
Well, thank you so much for having us. And we appreciate you helping get their word out on their story and keeping their name going.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll keep it going. I mean, I'm always looking for updates as well in the case. I'm often typing in, just looking for updates. So even if you
Yes.
have some, if you want to email them to me, I could share it
I sure
in a
will.
short video or an episode or something
Yes.
anytime. Please do
Thank you
send
so
that.
much.
We definitely want to see that. And I just wanted to ask with they were buried separately, but is it true that some of their ashes are together? Someone was asking that the other day.
Um, Now, I don't know for sure if it's ashes or a lock of hair. I never really did ask. I just didn't feel comfortable asking, but there is something together.
Okay, that's great
So,
and
yes,
comforting
definitely.
for all of us because they really
Definitely.
should be together. Absolutely.
And they are. They are. I'm just not sure
Yeah.
exactly what.
Yes. Okay. That is wonderful to know as well. They
Yes.
say this was very heartwarming. Blessings to find answers. If anyone has questions, now would be the time to ask it before we close the chat. I mean, we can still be here for a bit. I don't know if you are pressed for time.
Oh no, but I did have one more thing I wanted to
Yes,
ask of your
yes.
viewers. If they could go to the on Facebook, the John Walsh
Yes,
in Pursuit page, and if they could comment on the Kai Cry case, so that
yes.
they see that we have many people that want to find out what happened. We
Yeah,
would
that'll be
appreciate it
great.
so much.
Okay, so if you guys can do that, I mean, Twitter and on Facebook, just go wild if
Yes.
you can. Let's not
Yeah.
spam the man, but let's also
Yes.
just we won't spam, but we will definitely nag.
Yes. Yes.
That is what we want to do. Hello,
Drop a hint.
Alexandra. Yeah, so John Walsh in Pursuit. If you guys can go to that Facebook page or find him on Twitter or Instagram or anywhere you can, and just make sure you comment.
Yes.
Hashtag
Thank
justice
you.
for Kai Cry. And just, does he know about this? Has he contacted you at all? Or is there any
Well,
sign
we
that he
we
knows
had a
about this?
girl on our Facebook group, PJ, and she wrote in, and he replied back to her that they wanted to feature their case on their page. So that's a
Oh,
beginning, and we were
okay.
excited about it. We're still excited about it.
Yeah, that's great. And have you been in contact at all with the Cold Case Foundation, which I believe the director is Chris McDonough?
I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
anyone has yet. Now, Sean Paul's family, they may have that, and I don't know about it, but I haven't heard that. But
Okay,
it's an
so
idea.
Grizzlies, we know what to do. We got to get Chris
Yes.
McDonough's attention for the Cold Case Foundation. We got to get John Walsh's attention. John Walsh in Pursuit. This would all help a lot as well.
Yes. Yes. Very much
Okay.
so. And
Um, yes.
we want to make a plea for the people responsible for this to come forward. or
Oh
live
yeah.
the rest of their life hiding and come
Mm-hmm.
forward.
Yeah. Do you think that whoever did this has done this before, or is going to do it again, or has done it again?
I I don't know.
You
They
know,
were
why would they
brutally
do
murdered.
this?
They were
Yeah.
brutally murdered. So either this person had to be on drugs or just evil. Could
Yes.
have been a person evil and done it their first time. I don't know, but we don't want them to hurt anybody else.
And this is a very difficult question, but do you know if they were sexually assaulted at all? Or was it, that because I know they were found sort of half dressed. Very uncomfortable question to ask, but do
I
you think
think
that
they're
they were?
still waiting on the forensics to tell us that answer.
Okay. Man, I really hope
Yes.
not.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh my word. Of course, then it makes it such a callous, no matter what, it's absolutely brutal and tragic. But to
Yes.
think that someone could because this creeper, okay, actually I've got a picture here. Hold on. Slides. I've got a picture somewhere here, which is where? Is it this? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, they say what we know about the creeper. He moved uncomfortably close to the woman's camp on the 12th. He howled. Crystal howled back. So that's interesting, right? So he howled and
Hmm.
Crystal howled back because she was a badass and we love her
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
And then the night of the 12th, the creeper thought they were sleeping in their tent when they were actually sleeping in their hammocks in the trees. Now, how do we know this information? Did she tell her dad or?
She told her friend that I spoke with.
Ah, okay, okay. So they were sleeping in their hammocks and they saw this creeper kind of crawling around and looking
Yeah.
for them in their tents, but they were watching from the hammocks.
Well, they thought that he probably thought that they were in the tent and he didn't see them in the hammock. But
Wow.
they had their eyes open and they saw him. And he walked around their camp and around their campfire.
Oh my word. Okay. And then creeper, yeah, walked next to their tent and campfire as they slept in their hammocks. Investigators were informed that on the 13th, Kylan had mentioned to her friends that if something happened to them, that they were murdered. I mean, was she saying that sort of tongue in cheek or in a serious way?
Yes. She was, it's like she was joking about it. And then her
Mm.
friend said, "Oh, don't say that. Don't say that."
Wow,
But
that is
yet
so scary.
yeah.
Oh my word. Because I mean, I think a lot of us have been in that situation where we feel like, oh my word, if something happens to me, it's because of this, but you don't actually think it'll happen. So this actually happened, which is so scary. My goodness.
Yeah.
Kylan had continued by saying there was a creepy man around their camp and they had been intimidated by him. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Here is a question. Let's see. Have the people that they stopped off at after the bar on their way home given any helpful information?
Yes. Very much so.
Okay. Okay, great. They went to their friend's house, right?
Yes.
Stopped off at the bar. Okay. And they gave useful information. I suppose that is also useful to know that they were saying, whoa, this is creepy guy. Imagine not
Yes.
having that
Yes.
information, right?
Yes.
Wow. Goodness. The reason I ask, was anything stolen or taken from the car?
Um, we don't know the answer to that. That's part of the investigation, and
Wow.
um, we don't know any of that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Because some people are saying the reason I ask it is if it were a robbery to begin with. So the motive. I think people are trying to figure out the motive because it's just so callous and so horrible.
This was personal. It
Yeah,
was
that's what.
personal what they did to them.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So it was personal, not just like some random howling creeper walked into a random campsite and just attacked two ladies. No, this was personal. It was a personal attack on them.
I think it was, but uh, it could have been a random person that was just insane. Also, I don't know, but
That's
what
true.
they did to them was terrible.
Oh man. Goodness. Is there anything that you could or would want to share about that? Even though that's a graphic warning for everyone in case you do, but is there anything that you could share? Because all we know is that they were murdered, they were shot to death and found in the creek and
Yes,
sort of
and
close together, but also apart.
yes, uh, and they were drugged to the creek. So we don't know if they were killed before they were drugged to the creek or after.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But
Wow, that is so scary.
that's public information. It's not like I'm letting anything out, but they were drugged to the creek. So I guess they could
Yes.
tell by the ground, or maybe they had scratches on their backs. I don't know.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I've not heard that before. So that is
Yeah.
very interesting. And do you think that one person, it's just one suspect, or do you think it could be two or more?
I'm pretty sure it has to be more than one.
Yeah.
I don't see how one person could have done all that. Uh, I mean, Kylan was a tall girl, and Crystal was a little bitty thing, but she grew up with four brothers. She had to take up for herself a lot when she was a little girl with her brothers, and so she knew how to scrap. So I really don't think one person could have done this. I'll be surprised if I find out it's one person.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean,
But
it's
when
two.
someone's got a gun
Yeah,
right in front of you too, it's kind of a way to convince you to do what they say. But I
that's
think
true as
it's more
well.
than
Yeah.
one person.
Wow. Okay. Yes, exactly. That would make some sense because I mean, they would protect each other, of course, with their absolute life. I mean, they loved each other to
Yes.
death. They would never just let one man.
Yes.
They would
Yes.
fight. That's the point. They would fight. Absolutely.
Yes.
Goodness. So JC says, yeah, just a note, the family has to contact the Cold Case Foundation. So I'm going to pass this on to you. The family has to
Okay.
contact the Cold Case Foundation. They only accept requests from the family or relatives. We
All right.
unfortunately can't do it for them. So of course we
Okay.
will do our best and I will still email and recommend. But if you could
Okay.
look up the Cold Case Foundation, um, the guy's channel is called The Interview Room. It's Chris McDonough, who's the director of the Cold Case Foundation.
I'm
He's
familiar
also
with
got
the
a
interview room.
Okay, great. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So he's the director of the Cold Case Foundation, and they do some great work in cold cases. Now, of course, we don't want to think of this case as a cold case.
No.
However, we're covering on this channel as well the Daniel Robinson case, which we also don't want to think about as a cold case, missing geologist, Arizona. But Chris McDonough's had the dad on the show there, and he's helping him out now as well. So I think it would be
Yes.
a very useful exercise to be in contact
Yes.
with
I'll
him.
I'll do that as soon as we are done.
Okay, great. That would be awesome. I'll be so proud to see you on that show as well. That would be really great for
Thank you.
exposure. I mean, they've got a huge audience as well, a lot of good resources and things. Tracy says, yeah, I believe they were targeted, that it wasn't random. That's what you believe as well, right?
Yes.
Wow, goodness. Don't understand. Okay, let's just see. I'm just
It,
seeing if
it
there's any
almost
other.
seemed like a it almost seemed
Yeah,
like a hit.
yeah, it
Like
seemed,
them
yeah,
yeah, just
which is quite odd. I mean, I've racked my brain over this as well, just like why and what and where and how did they know they were there and all this kind of stuff. But
yes.
as you said, they were sort of living there. They were there often. It's one of their favorite
Yes.
spots. And I know a lot of people, I have read that the bunny was adopted. Is it Ruth, right? The bunny? But do you know where the
Yes.
bunny is right now?
Um with one of their friends. Uh
Okay.
I think they've got the bunny in hiding. I'm not sure.
Oh no, so cute. Yeah, I see a lot of Grizzlies care about animals as well, like I do.
Yes.
And it's just like, where's the bunny though? So I'm like, I think the bunny
Yes.
was
The
adopted from
the
what I read.
bunny
Okay.
is taken care of.
Ah, that's so sweet.
And
Okay.
it's unbelievable that the bunny even survived. But maybe because of
Yeah.
all the rain, it kept it hydrated.
Yeah,
And
shame. Oh my word. Because that was from the around, let's say, the night of the 12th until the
yes.
18th when they were discovered.
Yes. Yes.
Oh man, the poor bunny. Okay, the bunny's okay, guys. So
Yes.
the link to the thank you to Rochelle for sharing the link to the Cold Case Foundation. It's coldcasefoundation.org/Chris McDonough Law Enforcement Relations. So if you want to go and check that out, that would be amazing to get on that show, to be in touch with them as well and reach out. So
Thank you so much.
maybe Jason can also do that. Let's put his number on again here. If anyone has any information, can they just contact Jason Jensen anytime, or are there certain hours? Or
Um, uh, he's told us to contact him at any time.
okay,
So
okay, great. I think it's probably best to call him because I'm in the Netherlands, so I've tried to email him a few times, but I think
hmm
it's best to give him a call or a message.
yes, yes.
All right. Anything else you want to share with us?
Well, since you're talking about Jason, I
Yes.
also want to say that he has done this case pro bono at no charge,
Hmm.
and he's doing about I think 10 more pro bonos right now at the same time. So he's a very giving person, and I just think that needs to be recognized.
Absolutely. Thank you for telling us that. I wasn't
Yes,
aware of that. So that
yes,
is really
yes,
great. And he is doing a really good job and,
yes, he is.
being in the media and answering questions and doing as much as he
Yes,
can. So that is really
yes.
amazing.
And the
Okay.
internet sleuths have been
Yes.
incredible.
Oh, great. Okay. That's great to hear as well. Because, sometimes,
I know.
sometimes they're like, oh, these internet sleuths. And it's like, but
Yeah,
sometimes they've got useful information.
definitely.
We like to sleuth.
But just
um,
just knowing that people just do it for to
yeah.
be kind and to help the families out is just very heartwarming. Very heartwarming what all they pour into it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, people, this community is great as well. I'm glad you're part of us. I hope you'll stick around a bit and see the community
Yes.
because they really supportive and really great. I'm
Oh,
sure many of them
definitely.
will support you as well.
I have learned quite a
Absolutely.
bit from them.
Yeah. All right. And Caterpillar asks you, why does it seem like a hit?
Um, I don't know. I guess it just does. Uh, they didn't have any enemies. There was no one angry at them, no reason, and they just showed up and did it. It's just like they were caught off guard and ambushed.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Which this one question says, at one point the media did a negative number about drugs in a storage unit. Was there anything to that in connection to them?
Well, uh, that was also rented along with Kylan's father. So I don't think anything came of that. Uh, it would have been nice had those things been taken out of the storage unit, but I guess people just didn't take the time to get rid of that stuff if they had changed their behaviors. But I can tell you that uh, Crystal was no longer using. She had a problem in the past, and she and Colin both saved each other in different ways.
Yeah.
And Crystal looked better than I've seen her look in a long time, and she was happy and just hardworking. She was doing her best, even and then some. She was
Yeah.
really giving it all she had. And I don't think a person's past should be brought up all the time. And
Yes.
even if they were into drugs, which they weren't, there's no reason for someone to do what was done to them.
Exactly. That's like victim blaming, right? We don't like that on this channel
Exactly.
either. We can't stand that, in
Exactly.
fact.
It's,
Yeah.
it's, it's like before when I was younger and a woman was raped, the first question asked was, what was she wearing?
Yeah.
Was she
And
wearing
that's,
something provocative? You know,
mm,
it's just not right to do that.
nope, nope, it's not. No, this is 2022, guys. And
That's why
even
people don't come
2021.
forward when
No.
they've gone through things, is because of judgment like that.
Exactly, exactly. It's actually horrible. So we don't do that here.
Yes.
This is a very safe community for you to be on anytime to share their story, and we will never judge them for their past or anything like
Thank
that.
you.
Sometimes, if there's questions, like even that question is asked with absolute just curiosity, like,
Yes.
so could it be someone that could be out to get them for X, whatever it could be.
Yes.
But it's
Definitely.
definitely, this is a very wonderful and safe community that you can
Yes.
feel respected
Thank
in
you.
and know that don't worry, no one will ever be victim blaming over here. And if they are,
Thank
we'll
you.
block them.
Thank
They
you.
will be blocked. We are quite trigger happy with blocking.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. No, thank you. It's 2022 and beyond, guys. We don't do that here.
Yes.
My goodness. Okay, so let me make sure that I put on Jason Jensen's number there. We want to share hashtag creep if you need to, and justice for Kai Cry. Of course, we want anyone who may have traveled to the area between August 10th and 18th to check for dash cam, trail cam, drone, video, or photos. If they see anything, it needs to be reported. And I do think we should try to make contact with Red, White, and Bethune because they were in the area on the 12th. That I do know myself. So I want to try and reach out to them and see, like, do you have any footage
Yes.
from Moab on the 12th? Like anything. That would be great.
Yes. That
Can you
that would be.
imagine? Can you imagine if they have something? We'll be like,
Oh
oh
my
my word,
goodness. Oh
what that dash cam? Wow,
yes. We should all
wow.
start paying for their gas.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, if you guys, I mean, they are all over YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and everywhere. So if you guys want to reach out to Red, White, and Bethune as well to encourage them to look into their footage from August 12th in Moab, because I know they were there. You can check on their own Instagram posts and YouTube posts. They were there on the 12th.
Yes.
So go and have a
Thank
look
you.
and ask them if they can just share. Could they just
Yes.
share their dash cam footage
Yes.
from that day? No matter what, that
Yes.
would be great. All right. And is the FBI involved in Kylan and Crystal's case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Great, great,
They
great. So,
they made a call to my aunt just this week.
okay.
No
Okay, that's
updates,
great.
but just checking in on her.
Okay, that is really great that they actually do just check
Yes.
in, because I know a lot of people, they submit tips and they're like, oh, they never got back to me. But it's a lot of tips that they receive, a lot of leads and things.
Yes.
So it's really nice to hear that they do get back to the families.
I can't imagine the tips that they've had to go through.
Oh my word,
So,
imagine it. And it was at the same time, which is
oh,
that
I
must have been
know.
quite hectic. The same time as Gabby Petito's case, and that
Yes.
just went so viral. And then at the same time, luckily, Kylie and Crystal's case was very much in that spotlight as well, or did you not experience it that
Yes.
way?
Yes. I
Yeah.
think that Gabby helped bring attention to the Kylan and Crystal case.
Yes.
It's sad, but I do think she helped the girls out too
Yes.
with the tragedy that she went through.
Have their foundation or Gabby's dad reached out to you at all, or are you in contact at all?
No, I'm not. Now, Kylan's father may be,
Oh,
but I haven't been. Kylan's family is in Montana, and we're all in Arkansas.
yes.
So,
Okay. Okay. Kylan's family's in Montana and you guys are in Arkansas, which
yes,
we had
ma'am.
to learn to say, because when we're not from America, we say Arkansas.
Yes, definitely.
Arkansas. The Arkansas guy.
Yeah, you can
I mean,
say
most
what
of
you
you.
want. We don't get mad.
That's when you know someone's not from there. They're like, Arkansas, here I am.
Yes, yes,
Arkansas. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Well, I hope they're in contact, because I know that they also do share quite a bit on their pages and with their foundation for missing people. I'm
yes,
pretty sure they're aware of it and have shared it. I'll just check. If not, otherwise we'll be tagging them in some social media posts coming
yes.
up. All right. And anything else that you want to share with us before we go?
I think that you've covered everything.
Okay,
I
great.
can't think of anything.
Okay, well, that's good to know. I mean, that would be the goal,
Yes,
right? To cover everything, make
yes,
sure the intention is to, if you have a tip and you want to share, call the 24/7 tip line. Here's the number at the bottom,
yes,
844-602-0660. Does
yes,
Kylan's dad still have I know he had a clue booth for a long time. Is he still accepting clues?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, wow. Is he still going to the clue booth?
No, he's not doing the clue booth, but he still takes things through social media. I
Okay,
wouldn't post the clue on his page, but you could send him a message, and then he
okay.
immediately gives it to law enforcement and then Jenson. So
Okay, fantastic. And if you do, I know you're in contact with them all the time as well. If they
yes,
ever want to be on the show, or any other family members, or you want to cover an angle maybe we didn't cover today, please feel welcome here
definitely.
in the
And if they
Grizzly
want to
community.
send me the tip, I'll turn it in. Trust me, we will all turn it in.
Okay, fantastic. So if they want to send you the tip, must they send it to your email address?
That,
Or where?
or they can reach me through uh, Facebook.
Oh,
And
yes. Okay.
yes,
Okay, fantastic. So that link has been shared as well. So you guys can find that on Facebook. The link is below as well for the GoFundMe. You've got all the numbers to call if you know anything. And I would say Grizzly, I think, or the Grizzlies, I think our mission now is to kind of tag, of course, John Walsh, the Cold Case Foundation,
yes,
and then Red, White, and Bethune. Let's get their
yes,
attention going a little bit. That would be great. Just
yes,
to
ma'am.
get a spotlight going again. We just keep it alive. I mean, the spotlight's kind of been the spotlight has been pretty consistent on the case, right?
Yes, yes. I know last week Sean Paul and Jason had about 4 interviews, and I mean they were all week long. Uh, I think it was Speaking of Crime that did most of them. You can go and watch those also and learn a lot.
Yeah. Yes, yes. I think I watched one of those. That was very eye-opening. And that's where also
Yeah,
it was like, wait, what? They actually saw them. That was where it was confirmed that they actually I witnessed
Yes.
possibly Debbie and Brian fighting
Yes.
outside of the Moonflower. That was like, oh my word. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out as well, check it out. Just research the case, keep sharing. I mean, there's just one share button. Share to social
Yes.
media, to Twitter, to
Yes.
Facebook, to Instagram, to wherever you want. That's what keeps it going. I think the media spotlight has been fairly good just from what I've seen on it. But of course, we want to keep the spotlight on this case,
Yes.
and get as much attention. And of
Yes.
course, what we really want, dash cam footage, video footage, and anyone
Definitely.
who works with satellite companies or any visual stuff that we could get from this would be amazing.
Yes. Definitely.
All right. Caterpillar says, Diane Brookes, you're a beautiful and strong soul.
Thank you.
And they say, thank you for coming on and talking about this case, both of you. Thank you to Inks. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My word. Inks, if you want to make us something, for merch, we're raising the eyebrow. Sometimes we
Yes.
raise funds through awareness. It's to mostly raise awareness. If we make like if we were to make something for Kylan and Crystal, it would be to raise awareness and to raise funds, which would then go to your GoFundMe. So Inks has
Yes.
designed some stuff for Daniel Robinson. So if you wanted to, Inks, feel free. My email is open.
Wonderful.
That'll
We
be
do have
amazing.
a sculptor. I guess that's what she does.
Yeah.
She has some artwork that will be presented on the 18th, which
Oh,
makes it 5 months that they were found. And it's beautiful. It's a sunflower and a rose. It's like a bronze sculpture. It's
wow.
absolutely beautiful. So keep your eyes open. It's beautiful.
Yeah, please send me any
I
links or
sure
anything you want me
will.
to share. I will absolutely share it with all the Grizzlies on social media and wherever we can. And what we really hope for, of course, is justice like any minute now. I mean, tomorrow would be great. Today would be
Yes.
great. So we keep it going until we can absolutely get closure for Kylan and
Yes.
Crystal.
And we want closure for the community to be safe again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that must be scary because it's a small community.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Wow. How many people are living there right now? Do you know the population size in Moab?
I think it's around 6,000.
Yeah. Okay. That's
So,
roughly what I was thinking when
but
I was just wanted to check. Yeah, but that is
yeah,
for the whole community just to feel safe. I mean, it's such a small, close-knit, wonderful community. I've got one or two friends that live there as well that I've made
yes.
since starting the channel, and it just sounds like really great. But yet, yes, everyone is very anxious, very scared.
And it's a tourism town, so they're hurting over this also, uh, uh, with tourism, because I'm sure people don't want to go there. So we need to catch
Yes,
the killer.
absolutely. Don't let this, I don't know what to call him. Don't let him
Yeah.
ruin such a beautiful place.
No.
Go there, travel there, be safe, use the hashtag creep, call the
Yes.
authorities, do what you got to do, but don't neglect Moab because Moab is a wonderful place.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate your time that you've taken out of your day to be here.
Thank
And
you
I
for
will,
having me. I appreciate it so much.
yeah, and I'll make sure all the Grizzlies, we're going to make this public any minute after this once it's processed and everything, and make sure all the Grizzlies support you 100%. For now, all the members have been in here. They are extremely supportive. So they've got your back. Just know that for 100% certainty. And we will share this everywhere we can and do everything we can to help.
Thank you, Grizzlies.
All righty. And thank you. And hi to
Thank
the
you.
hubby, to the dogs, to everyone in your
Yes,
family.
I
Stay
sure
safe. And I
will.
really hope that that you'll be okay. And just know you can reach out anytime.
Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks.
And thank
Bye
you to
bye.
everyone for being here.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye.